Hi guys, this is Ali with 10 Points to Ponder. Today I want to talk about an untapped spiritual resource that most men are not taking advantage of. What I want to talk about today is singing, the importance of raising your voice in worship specifically to the Lord. For some of you who don't know me, one of my passions is singing, and I've been a worship leader in churches for about 15 years or so. And even before that, I've always loved lifting my voice in song. And one of the things that often I notice as I'm leading worship is that you see the women often doing more of the singing than the men, because the men often are just have their hands in their pockets and they don't want to really engage, because at some point they've been mistaught and don't have a biblical understanding of the importance of singing before the Lord. And so today I want to talk about 10 things, 10 points to ponder as you're singing unto the Lord and why it's so important. So point 1, it says in one of the Psalms that we are to sing with understanding. As we sing these songs of worship, how great thou art, we need to sing it with understanding of what every lyric actually entails. A lot of these songs, especially the old hymns, incorporate a great deal of theological truth. And as you learn the songs, as you sing them and seek to understand more what the lyrics are saying, you're going to deepen in your knowledge even of God and the spiritual truths that are being conveyed. Point 2, sing with passion. There are so few areas in life where we as men are allowed to express fully our full passion and excitement in things. And singing unto the Lord is one of those places where you're not supposed to be concerned about who's to the left or to the right of you or who's watching you. You need to be concerned about an audience of one. That is God, who is right there before you. And so when you sing with the passion, with a passion that knows that, man, God, you saved me, you redeemed me, and now I want to pour out my praise and thanksgiving to you. Point 3, we sing because it helps us to remember the truths of the Word of God. We are exhorting one another. We're pushing others along in a stronger way as we sing unto the Lord. Point 4, exhorting. So what is an exhortation? It's basically saying, hey, you know what? You need to get up and move. You need to not stay in the same place. You need to remember that He's taken you this far and you're not dead yet, so there's still a work to do. And as we sing unto the Lord, as we give that thanksgiving, we also are reminded of God's great power. That, even if I feel down, I know that my God is on the throne, and if He's on the throne, then I can move forward. One of the hymns says, He gives strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. That's an exhortation. So make it to tomorrow, because He's got hope. He's still got things that are yet to be done by you in that day. Point 5, we sing and should be leaders in singing. There is nothing more powerful or tender than a son seeing his father sing unto the Lord, seeing that his father is surrendered. There's nothing more powerful for a family than to know that the man who is the leader of their household is also led himself by God. Point 6, you sing in the midst of sadness. Singing and worshiping to the Lord ends up being a sweet sacrifice. It's a great way of reminding ourselves that no matter what the circumstance or what I'm going through, I'm still going to worship the Lord. I'm still going to worship the Lord. And not only that, he's going to meet me right there. And maybe he's going to take you to a place from sadness to getting up and doing the work. I continue to be reminded of Elijah, who was so despondent and so sad. He wanted to die. He felt like no one liked him. And so he's sitting there and God sends all of these things, the earthquake and a fire. And then it says that God was within the still small voice. And that's such a sweet story. But do you know what that still small voice told Elijah in his time of sadness? It told him, "You're not the only one. Now get up and start doing some work like I've asked you to." And that's what we need. And as we sing praises to the Lord, sometimes he just reveals to us in our sadness that we need to get up and keep moving for his glory. Point 7, even in the midst of prison, if you look in the book of Acts, the disciples of God were singing. They were praising the Lord. They were ministering unto the Lord. And God at that time caused the prison chains and walls and doors and irons to be open. And so if you find yourself in a place where maybe you're chained by sin, maybe you're chained by circumstances, you feel like you're surrounded and there is no way out, there's nothing better than looking up unto the Lord, who opens the doors to every prison, whether it's internal or external. The next thing, point 8, we sing and worship and God gives us direction. I think again of the book of Acts when people were gathering together and it says they were ministering to the Lord, and then God came and said, "Here, set these people apart for me because I need them to do a specific work." And sometimes all you need to do when you're perplexed is just come to that place of, you know what, I just want to minister to the Lord. I love you, Lord. I lift my voice to worship you. Oh, my soul, rejoice. Just singing unto the Lord, just worshiping him and ministering to him. And then all of a sudden, it might be in a moment, he just gives you that little glimmer of a direction to go in. Point 9, we worship as a means of surrender. We need to be reminded as men that we are but men. The years of our life are 70, 80 by reason of strength, said Moses, the man of God. And sometimes as men, we can really, really struggle with pride. We can start thinking that we can handle everything, that we're the ones who have everything under control, and that control ends up becoming our God. It ends up becoming all that we want. People talk about all sorts of illicit drugs and say, "Oh man, that's quite a drug." Control is quite a drug. You don't have control. God is in control. And as we worship, as we sing, we get a chance to even lift our hands. And lifting the hands is that sign of surrender, like, oh no, you, Lord, are God. It's not us who made ourselves. I didn't pull myself up by my bootstraps. I'm only standing because of your good grace. Point 10, my favorite reason for singing to the Lord is because this is how we fight our battles. You look at 2 Chronicles 20, when the armies of Israel under King Jehoshaphat were under great siege. They had armies coming and invading them. And he's like, there's nothing that we can do with this army. In fact, in one of the verses, it says, we do not know what to do, but our eyes are upon you. And so as they turned their eyes upon the Lord ministered to them and spoke to them through the prophet and said, you won't have to fight this battle. The battle belongs to the Lord. And because of that, they gathered out instead of being sad, despondent, bitter, hurt, victims, all of this stuff. Instead, they walked out in victory and they started singing, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever, is what they were singing. They were reminding themselves of what God has already done and the fact that his love will endure forever. And that no matter what happens, God is going to be victorious. And in that case, God set ambushes against those armies that were invading, and they didn't even have to fight the battle. God already won it for them. And the last reason is because God is worthy. He's worthy to be thanked. The very breath that you have, this strength in your arms, your legs, everything should be expressed for the glory of God. So those are my thoughts on singing unto the Lord. What do you think? Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. My name's Ali Schwaga, and this has been 10 Points to Ponder.